Alright, now I know I don't normally make content on Destiny, and I've stopped Destiny content for quite a while now. I've completely dropped the game. I don't play the game anymore. I know, sad. An unfortunate reality all Destiny players face at some point in their career. Long-time player, played it for 10 years, or over 10 years, however fucking old the franchise is now. I played Destiny 1 back when the game released type situation, so that's just a little background. And I've just dropped the game because I've realized Bungie doesn't know how to make their game properly. They don't know how to balance things properly. They're worried about over delivery rather than pleasing the fans, and their Evershop is just getting a little too ridiculous at this point. And for the longest time, I was a defender of all the shit Destiny was doing. Evershop I defended for a long ass time, even to this year. But I'm just tired of these layoffs. These millionaires fucking buying cars instead of helping the community out, or buying more employees, or paying the employees' wages. Yeah, I'm just disappointed as fuck in Bungie as a whole. But I think it's important we need to talk about something with this new Destiny Rising trailer. Now, if you don't know, Destiny Rising trailer, it is released. It is a mobile game currently. I do not believe it's been stated whether or not it will be permanently a mobile game. But it seems like it's going to release on mobile, and probably in a year or two we'll get it on PC. That's kind of just how most mobile games end up being, unless it does really, really well on mobile. There was a gameplay, or a dev preview as well. This is just from the trailer itself that released on YouTube when I saw it, the first thing I saw. And I think we just need to take a moment and just realize something here. And I think it's Bungie doesn't know how to develop Destiny anymore. Just saying it. And while the last DLC was great, and I think Witch Queen was also great, we're never going to get a Taken King again, and that's because of the over-delivery thing that they don't want to do. And it's not a result of the people physically making the game, it's a result of the people controlling the development of the game. That is the downtrodden problem, alright? But what happens when you give Destiny's IP to a smaller company that is, I guess they're partnered, and they've been partnered for a while. NetEase Game, I think they're something like that. NetEase Game, I can't remember exactly what their name is. But what happens when you give a smaller company the Destiny IP? Well, on a mobile platform, we're getting 6-man PvE activities that aren't seasonal based. Okay, Bungie. And seems like they're going the traditional Bungie Destiny route. We're gonna have PvP. There's gonna be third-person mode. Just saying, been requested for a long fucking time. And it hasn't happened. I know, of course, there's Scorch Cannon and Supers, and I know a lot of people find ways to cope. I know Destiny fans are still, off in that copium, playing Destiny. I understand, and I feel really, really bad if you are still playing Destiny, hoping that the game still has a future. At least Destiny 2. My personal stance on it, I think Destiny 2 is just, I think it's capped out. There's not much they can do with it, whether that be the engine, whether that be the developers, whether that be the heads, and whether that be the development going into it. And I've seen the leaks, and I keep up to date on rumors and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, content releases, it's fun for a week, maybe 2, and now with this new seasonal model, maybe 3 a month, but after that, it's a year of mediocrity and dog shit. Reused events, reused everything, not from D1, which I think is an important thing to distinguish, because a lot of people cry about D1 and D2, I think D2 personally should just revamp everything from D1, and that's how they should have handled it from, day 2, but it seems like Bungie really doesn't want to actually have a successful, monumental game. They kind of just want to keep the game floating by the seams of things, and they really want to bank all their hopes and dreams onto their marathon idea, which I have a sneaking suspicion is going to flop and kind of be mediocre. And I know it's just like, oh, that's hindsight, oh, the game isn't even out, gameplay, blah, 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 blah. I get it. But I'm more or less basing my reasoning off of Bungie's inability to fix a fucking game that they've been developing for 8 years. We're still getting the same bugs. We're still having the same server problems. It will not change in Destiny ever. And that's what I realized, and that's why I stepped back. But this mobile game seems to be adding some fucking spice that Bungie has missed in their game for a long, long time, you know? I'm not like, Transcendence was cool in the last DLC they had. I can't fucking was it Final Shape? I think it was Final Shape, yeah. You know, Transcendence was cool, but overall did barely anything. And at the end of the day, it was just a way to use different abilities together. And that's kind of what you wanted to do. But everything they do is half-baked, you know? If you're going to make us create a class where we can just, like, pick a Solar Super, a Void Grenade, let us do that instead of just restricting certain things. So we have these awkward class combos that we're forced to use because there's only one or two that are good, and the rest of them are kind of dog shit when it comes to everything else. Maybe that's changed. I haven't played in a couple months, but I really don't care because at this point I think Destiny 2's like done, pretty much. It's on the end of its rope and it's just kind of hanging on until the thread breaks. But with this mobile game, it looks fresh. 6-man PvE activities sound like fun, even though it's on mobile. I think it said controller support, which is huge. I think that's like massive for like the Destiny franchise. Set in an alternate universe. Love that idea. Oh my god, IPs. Just please start doing that over and over again. If you want to pump out your IP over and over and over again, alternate universes, money making machines. I'm telling you, it is the most misused or like missed opportunities these companies have ever had. You know, you get to make so many different styles by just saying it's in an alternate timeline. You know, you could literally have a whole Destiny game made where you play as the Fallen with the Light in an alternate timeline. So just in case you go a little too wild with your game, it doesn't break canon of the original universe. I don't understand why games don't do it. That's just a small little rant. What I really want to talk about is all these cool things we saw. So obviously we have this Void Warlock here, but on top of that, there's so many cool things in this trailer, man. Not only do we have Izanagi's Burden, but we have an Izanagi's Burden style sword. And I know it's like, oh, cool exotics, Destiny does that too. I understand that, but the thing is, it just feels like this is almost a whole new fresh experience. You're going to be playing as characters, so you won't be playing as Warlock, Hunter, Titan. You'll be playing as player A, player B, player C, you know? But they will all have their own individual storylines from the things, like side stories, I guess is what they called them. And it seems like there's going to be actual investments into these characters, you know? Even at the end, where we get to see the pre-order here, you see some of their faces, you know? Female speaker just saying, genius idea, oh my god. Bro, summer events? Oh, just saying. Anyways. Genius idea. Does the game look like Destiny? Yes, it does. Does it look like a mobile game at the same time? Yes, it does. Now, that would be an issue because it is a mobile game. But I think the redeeming quality, because it's a mobile game, it's just going to get more attention than I think Destiny 2 will ever be, you know? We've seen examples, Diablo Immortal, Genshin Impact. When it's on mobile, it fucking flies off the shelf. Like, it's insane. Free to play as well. Very smart decision. But even in this game, right? Oh my god. They managed to use different supers, and it seems like every class will probably have a different super. I'm guessing that's the way it's going to go. So it's not going to be like this hunter is going to be able to use the Arc and Void class. It looks like this hunter will only be able to use Solar. So I think that's like the important thing to look here. But of course we'll get reused enemies. However, that's a staple in Destiny. Destiny, for whatever reason, is allergic to factions. Very important to note here. We have third-person, 6-man PvE activities in a fucking mobile game? You can't tell me, like, your engine can't do it. Because if that's the case, Bungie, I'm sorry. You need to drop the engine like Halo has and pick up Unreal 5. It is the GOAT. It is the best fucking engine out there right now. It is very easy to use. Bunch of modern games are using it now. Just hop on the train. You can admit defeat and stop worrying about your fucking... Is it Havoc? I don't even remember what fucking engine they're using. It's, you know, we used it for Halo. Cool. Bugs have been in the game all the way since Destiny 1. The engine is a problem, you know? And if a mobile game, using whatever engine they're using here, can have 6-man activities... Granted, we don't know how the launch is going to look. We don't know how the connection is. We don't know if people are going to be lagging around. It's going to be unplayable. Trust me, I've played MMOs that have really, really bad, you know, connection problems. Genshin Impact on launch was terrible on multiplayer. Barely fucking playable on multiplayer. This could be the same thing. However, under the guise of it works, it's good, there's bugs here, there's bugs there. But overall, it can get fixed within 6 months to a year, right? That's the idea behind the game. And if this game does well, and I mean, it launches playable, fun, enjoyable, there's activities to grind, PvP is actually fucking playable, characters are cool, story is great, because at this point, the only thing Bungie has going for them is their narrative. Their narrative, while unique and good, listen, if you're an old fan, I can understand your frustration because they've retconned a lot of things. If you're a new fan, a lot of things are really cool on face value. Sorry, not on face value. When you actually read the Grimoire cards, or the lore tab, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. When you read shit like that, lore, almost 10 out of 10. If they could make a game based on fucking little tidbits about lore, oh my god, that would do so well. Just saying, Bungie. Some fucking ideas, you know? Get your head out your ass. Alright? Fucking Marathon. You have Destiny standing in front of you, and you want to focus on Marathon. Fuck outta here. Anyways, sorry, I'm passionate about this series. If this game launches, third person's great. The classes are great. Gameplay's fun. You know? It'll be very hard matching that same feel that the guns have in Destiny, but I'm sure they'll probably do it. You know? We have Titans using this big-ass barricade. You know? We have new supers. You know? We have new exotic weapons. You know? Like... concepts, like... this thing. I don't even know what to call it. The fucking... Void Scorch Cannon? That's just a grenade launcher that shoots mini Nova Bombs? Bungie, write this shit down. You know what I mean? And this is just the start for this game. That's, I think, another thing very important to note. This is basically launching in a... Now, granted, the game hasn't launched, but everything on paper that we've seen is better than everything on paper that Destiny 2 was. Alright? I know that game's old, right? But we're in a new era. We need this new feeling. And this kind of gives off that new feeling as a Destiny fan, you know? You get to see a lot of shit that you don't normally see in Destiny. Female speaker, you know? An actual speaker, you know? They picked a really good time to also make this alternate universe. It's just after the Dark Age, which is just after the Golden Age, I believe. Really cool time to do it. I have no doubts the story is at least going to be above average. Personally, my prediction, I think the servers are going to be kind of weak on launch. It'll take probably a couple weeks in order for the servers to calm down. I do think this game is going to be fucking massive. I think it's going to blow Destiny's numbers overall out of the water. I don't even think it's going to be close. I'm looking at like a 3, 4, 10x what Destiny fucking does, alright? And I'm not talking about average. I'm talking about peak, okay? Like, I think this game is going to be massive in terms of legacy. And you know what? As sad as it might be to realize, this might be Bungie's way out. And I know you might hear that and you might be like, there's no way they could cut Destiny. Destiny, you know, Marathon's going to fail. What are they going to do? Just rely on Destiny 2? They have to make the game good. I'm sorry to tell you, this is a way out. If Marathon comes out and it's barely above sea level, it's barely floating, alright? And Destiny 2 is just still declining, the higher-ups aren't going to be like, well, let's just sell one of my $1 million cars and you know, go ahead and start funding Destiny 2 and make sure it lasts another 10 years. I'm sorry to say, if this game does well, this will be the next game that carries on Destiny's legacy, you know? I don't think Destiny 2 is going to last that much longer, and I think we're going to see a lot less activity. Like, I think it's safe to say, I know I got a lot of hate when I made the video back in the day about Axe, but Axe are literally just seasons, and that's all they are. And they keep on trying to sell you the same product with a different coat of paint on it, but we're sitting here like, hey, it's still dog shit, and it's still not fun, alright? Or it may be fun, but it literally lasts like a few minutes, and then you're done, you know? This game, given the development from the studio's full attention that's partnered with Bungie, I know it might not be the full attention, but you know what I mean. You know, they're trying to improve the servers. They're giving weekly content. Or not weekly content, but like active content. You know what I mean? They're actually trying to make this game last for decades as a mobile Destiny game. You know? And while I might not agree with the fact that it is mobile, because I'm not a fan of playing on phones, it's hard to look at this and not think, why doesn't Destiny 2 do everything that's in this trailer? Like, it's just, why not? You know? And is it because they can't? Then why? Is it the engine being too old? Time to upgrade, Bungie. Unreal 5. Just around the corner, brother. Alright? That shit. Hey, I saw what Lords of the Fallen did. Hey, some people hated that game. I fucking loved it. Alright? Terms of graphically. Alright? You know? Star Wars Outlaws. Bad example for anything except for graphics. And you know why the graphics are so good? Unreal 5, baby. Fucking that new MMO coming out. What's it called? Not Path. What is it called? I can't fucking remember. That new one coming out that's really big, that Asmongold is fucking dick riding, and he's been dick riding for so long, and Pirate Software even talked about kind of defending that early access that they had. If you pay like $80 for the key for early access, beta access, or something like that. Can't remember the name off the top of my head. Unreal 5, alright? Everything, even they had the game that was in Unreal 4 and upgraded it to 5. Every good game coming out, if it's Unreal 5, it's got good odds, alright? Let me tell you. You know? And I know there are a few stinkers like Star Wars Outlaws, but you get my point. I think it's obvious that Unreal 5 would very much help Destiny if they would just attempt it, you know? I would just like to see what it looks like on Unreal 5, and then we go from there, you know? I see a lot of like beta builds and shit from like Unreal 5, World of Warcraft. Never played the game in my life, or I did for a little bit. I don't want to talk about it. But you get to see, you know, orcs and, you know, shit from the game in Unreal 5, and it looks beautiful. Halo's doing the same thing. I know Halo's having its controversy with, you know, I heard the rumors about it's cancer or something to like actually be in the job or something. Nothing to do with the engine. That's the company's problem. But yeah, my opinion, I think Bungie just needs to upgrade the engine. I think if they upgrade the engine and we just start from scratch, a place where everyone can start fresh, a place where everyone can have a good new player experience, and a place where we can just get things rolling again, that would save Destiny. I don't think Bungie has it in them to do it anymore. That's where I'm standing. So, to be honest with you, this game could carry the legacy of Destiny. While it may be an alternate timeline, and while its story might not mean anything in terms of, you know, the quality of narrative that we're used to in Destiny, this might be the new future of Destiny, you know? Sony's still, I guess, cooking with something with Destiny. There was supposed to be a movie or a show coming out a long time ago. I think that got canceled. But I'm just saying, man. Like, we're getting unique designs. We're getting fucking... Like, this has everything you... Like, this shows that the developers of this game know what Destiny is. They know what people who like Destiny want to see. And they gave it to the players. Even on mobile. Alright? Bungie, in my opinion, has lost connection with the community. They have no idea what the fuck they're doing. They have minimal people. They're so focused on under-delivering so they don't accidentally have a Forsaken or a, what's it called? Taken King 2.0. It's like, I'm just... Oh, this franchise gives me a fucking headache, man. You know, I just have a lot of passion for the game. I do love the franchise. I literally grew up playing... I literally have spent half my life playing Destiny. So if you think that I don't like the game and I want it to fail, you'd be dead wrong. But I think we can all see the inevitable, you know? And if I see a pirate ship fucking going towards me while I'm sitting on my ship, I'm not gonna think, well, it hasn't hit me yet, so I should be safe. Maybe they'll anchor just before they hit me. No, I'm just gonna say, alright, we got an abandoned ship. This ship's going fucking down. They're just coming straight at us. We have no idea what the fuck's going on. You know? It's just, it's, you know, time to move on. You know? No Gambit is another benefit. You know? I was a big Gambit fan, but at least this game has the decency to not put in content. They're not gonna update. Just saying, Bungie. You know? So, this looks very promising. We could get, like, unique battle passes, all that shit. Microtransactions could be out the ass. Maybe you could even pay for XP boosters and shit. Don't care. Pay to win is in every mobile game. Pay to win is in every fucking free-to-play game. I don't give a fuck, alright? I just want this game to do well, personally. I think it will do well. I think it'll have some chinks, but I think those chinks will get cleared up really fast. But, yeah, it's really sad to see one of the most beloved franchises of a fan base just go to shit, man. It really is. And if this game carries on the totem, you know, and we get this ported on PC, you know what I mean? Like, this has a future. Destiny 2, what's the future? Another yearly DLC that lasts for a month and then you're bored and burnt out and then you never want to touch the game again until, oh, look at that, another $80 DLC. Hey, Jimmy, do you want to go play the game with me? Well, I'm sorry, I'd love to, but I have to pay $500 fucking dollars in order to start the first mission. You know, it's like, do you really want people you know going through $80 DLC every single fucking year? I don't think so, and I don't think everyone can afford that, you know? And I'm really, really worried, you know, that Destiny is on its last legs. But this game looks promising, you know? The supers look sick, the combat looks good. It has the Destiny feel. We get to see multiple locations, you know? And we haven't seen, like, most menus and stuff like that. At least I haven't. It just looks good, man. You know? It doesn't look mind-blowing. It doesn't look like this will save Destiny. It doesn't look like dog shit, and it doesn't look like this will kill Destiny. This just looks good, you know? And I think it's been too long since us as Destiny fans have had good, you know? Lasting good, you know? So many controversies, so many bugs, but hey, at the end of the day, I'll still make a video on anything big happening with this franchise, because it is what I grew up on. Love this game. I have like 6,000 to 8,000 hours plus on the franchise. Maybe that's pussy shit to you guys, but me personally, you know, a lot of sleepless nights in school, just saying. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I got a lot of passion for this game, man. I want the franchise to do well. I really just think Bungie needs to sell the IP or just hand it off to someone else, even if it is Sony. I know if you're a Moist Critical fan, you would think that's a bad idea. But I think it's just time we relinquish the crown, you know? We give the Ring of Power to somebody else, you know? Like, we just need to let Destiny 2 be in the past, and we need to let somebody else take the reins, and this company might be able to do it correctly. So, while I do have hopes for this game, I'm not predicting it to be I'm not predicting it to be Genshin Impact. Don't get me wrong, I'm not delusional, alright? But I do think this will be Destiny's Diablo Immortal. I think it'll just be way more popular, way more profitable, and I think this is Bungie's way out, you know? If they have this game do well, and they have some crazy split, like a 60-40, something crazy because of the IP licensing or something, and they're just earning money with this game, I think it's pretty likely, you know, we see Destiny lose a lot of players, okay, we're getting down in the thousands each week, you know? Might be time to cut the cord, you know? We've seen them do it with Destiny 1. They didn't cut the servers, mind you. They just cut all the live content, the Trials of Osiris and shit like that. So, that as it is, I think this will be the thing that carries on Destiny's legacy. That's my personal prediction. I guess we'll see in the next 10 years where we're at. You know, hopefully we'll be in a booming Destiny society. But I just think Bungie will fumble the bag no matter what opportunity they get with Destiny's IP at this point. And I don't think it's the developer's fault. I think it's the lead that is telling the developers what to do. I think it is their fault. You know? But that's personally where I stand. That's my personal opinion. If you like Destiny, you know, we live rough lives, let me tell you. Alright, people who like Destiny still. But one day it'll be good. One day, I think. Hopefully, fingers crossed, you know. But yeah, if you're a Destiny content creator, hey, my thoughts and prayers go out to you, brother. You are a warrior amongst a lot of the sludge that goes into that community nowadays. You know, I just can't bring myself to play it anymore. Just a personal thing. Maybe I'll try out this game, maybe I won't. We'll see what happens. Beta's coming out. You know, let's not count all our chickens yet. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Passion for the Destiny, you know, Destiny franchise. That's pretty much what this video was. And to basically give my prediction at where I think this game is going to lead. And kind of warn any Destiny fans, you know, this might be the next thing for Destiny. And I'm not saying that in terms of this will kill Destiny 2. But this is Bungie's way out of saying, hey, if something else of something else of Destiny does well, alright, if that's doing better than our game, let's just cut all the developers there and work on Marathon because, you know, maybe it's not doing well and they want it to do better, so they need more team members. A lot of shit can go down, or they cut everyone on the Destiny team. God forbid, you know? But yeah, that's all I want to say. If you made it to the end, I want to thank you for watching. I rambled a lot, and as always, I hope you have a good day.